Infamously
Infamously
speaking.
speaking, everybody, we are here. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. When you introduce us, you do a hell of a job. I get a little jealous, so I kind of wanted to just
I don't think that's what it is.
try and interject right there.
I don't think that's what it is. I think you're just an asshole. And you're like, oh, check this shit. You're like, check this shit out. You know what I mean?
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah. That's probably what it was too. But I appreciate you trying to cover it up and like you're trying to be uplifting and positive when I know what it is, and it's all good.
For those who don't know, Matt looks clearly like an undercover detective today. And he was so proud that he got his wiring. Show him.
Hold on, I gotta take it out the box.
Show him.
So let me explain what this is first. So, as some people may know, I'm heading back to the East Coast next week.
Wow.
Back to the stomping grounds. I'm gonna be out there for about 2.5 weeks, visit my family, Thanksgiving. But of course, the show has to go on, right? We pride ourselves in bringing you guys a new show every week. We haven't missed since we've come back. And so to continue that, I had to go and buy one of these little mics right here, because iPhone quality mic, AirPod mic might be good for a Zoom meeting, not good for podcasting. And so, I could put it just on my lapel right here. But then I was like, my beard might get in the way. And so I'm like, I could put it right here on the hat like this. You know what I mean? And all I'm saying is this: better watch what you say.
Yo, Matt was so fucking proud. Which I'm glad. I'm glad you take pride in your work.
I wasn't proud. I was just trying to show it.
No, brother. No. First off, can we all agree Matt looks like undercover in GTA? Like, he looks like he is gonna tell on somebody.
Is it the vest?
I think it's the vest with the hat. I don't know. It's something. It's definitely the vest.
It's the vest.
Yeah.
The vest is fire though.
Yeah, North Face. I see you. It's clean, but you do look like yeah.
Anyways, so all that to say, back to talking to the why. So for those who enjoy using Apple products, the new iOS feature and whatever iOS we're in. So this guy Quan calls me Sunday night parlay. We're ready to cook. And right as we're about to start talking, all I hear is this call's being recorded.
Yo, but that's funny. That's funny. Touche. Now let me tell the others why.
You're trying to get me on a RICO charge, bro.
Yo, that shit is funny. So the new iOS system does let you record calls, and it goes to your notes. So there's two reasons why I did it. One was because this guy, if you don't catch Matt at the right time, it's the fucking worst. It is so frustrating trying to get him to say, I was like, yo, Jared Goff, 230. He's like, yeah, what are we looking at for rushing? I'm like, bro, we have to go in order because there's too much legs. Like,
I'll be getting excited. I'm ready to go. I'll be saying anything too. I'll be saying anything.
No, you say anything. This guy says anything. He's like, yeah, I like that. He's like, I'm like, yo, he's not even playing, bro. I don't even like that. Nico Collins, 120. Yeah, I like that. He got that the last 10 games. I'm like, yeah, the last 10 games he played, bro. He's not playing right now.
He'll get that. He's so nice. He get that shit on crutches, bro. Cut it out.
But yeah,
cut it out.
Feels good. I'll talk a little bit about it. Right, my brother's in town, so did some traveling. Did a lot of driving. I worked all day. I'm tired, and it was one of those days where I put on some R&B. Some Mary J came on, some Candy Rain came on, and just got me re-energized. Like, just put me in a good mood. I'm ready to record, man. I'm ready to talk that talk like we do, and think critically and speak infamously. So drop that fucking beat. Call his bluff.
This bluff.
Come
No,
on,
I'm not doing
man.
that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Even though we always preach about being ready in season and out of season, I don't expect the same out of everybody. Expectations for myself are not the expectations for everybody else. You can't do that.
Yeah, but he was a steady component of the show, so I feel like he should always be ready. And he stays talking shit. So like, I feel like
That's actually a
if you're
fact.
one of the ones that could talk that shit, you should always be ready. Me
Always.
personally. Like
Always.
you call me up Sunday morning before praising the Lord at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna talk some shit. Then I'm gonna ask the Lord for forgiveness right after. Like, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Try it out.
But
Let me know how it goes.
nah, God is good, bro. Real talk, God is good.
Yeah, that's a
I,
fact.
he's good. You know, I was going through some stuff. Won't get all into it, but he sends his blessings when the right time. He knows when the right time. So can never argue that. It's funny because it's like you know, most people. I wouldn't say most people. Let me take that back because I don't want to speak for nobody. But the majority of people that I've encountered or know, you tend to like, be like, you know, seek God in a time of need, right? Um, Understandably, I didn't necessarily do it in the time of need. I always feel like God is good, right? We talk about it often, but man, when He comes through, He comes through. He's not no Aaron Judge, I'll tell you that. Take
That's crazy.
he's hitting 1,000%.
That's fact, man. His blessings chase you down, man. That's how it rolls.
Yeah, this guy's like, how do I segue this conversation?
Yeah, like when's the time? How do you segue out of that? Anyways, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing well. But I do want to start with a shout out, actually,
Okay,
and
this
this
is
is a
new.
very special one. No, it's only I'm only doing it because it's very special. This person is very near and dear to my heart. So yesterday was my dad's birthday. So I want to shout out to my dad. Uh, it's different for me now, celebrating my dad, especially now because I'm a dad, and you kind of see, or now I have firsthand knowledge of and not even the whole firsthand knowledge because my kids aren't grown, but of the sacrifices parents make. And so, just shout out to my dad, always supporting us, the show, especially a huge,
Yeah, happy
huge,
birthday.
huge part of who I am. So, nothing but blessings in another year of life, and now that his kids are all older, I hope just him and my mom can continue to enjoy the fruits of their labor, and that people get, and I think it's not beyond just my own dad, but everybody that has parents or people that helped raise them, as you get older, that you take your opportunities to give them their flowers while they're still here,
Yo, you know what?
because that's life is so short, man.
Yeah, I want to first off shout out to your dad. Your dad has always been one of the ones, right? Like just a good, humble guy. I want to say humble. I want to say
Yeah,
humble,
nah.
but like not humble. You know what I mean? Like,
Truthfully he is, but
no, I know.
like
Yeah, I
you
know.
said,
He got
when you're
that.
one of those ones that know how to talk
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I love your dad, man. Like I said, seeing how he handles the whole family and how he brought you up is inspiring for someone who really didn't have a father figure, right? And I've had great conversations with your father, like really good conversations, and he's always welcoming. He fucking by far the best guy on the grill, like hands down.
He's nice with
Um,
it.
I will say too, because you know you talked about just fathers in general, right? And we had Ori on the show, phenomenal father.
Hmm.
Yourself, um, I just had
Yourself,
I appreciate
don't
that.
leave yourself out.
No, I appreciate that. So, a good friend of mine, Mike, he's in town too. I, he's up in town for like 2 weeks, but he stopped by. Long story short, and I don't think he would care if I share this, so I will. Uh, Especially because it is inspiring. So along with himself, he didn't have a father figure in his life. Uh, a lot of us didn't really, but anyways, he's from New London. That's something that we had in common. He talked about spending his first birthday with his father in over 30 something years. I won't
Wow.
say his age, but he went to Florida and he didn't know how he was going to act. He didn't know, like, he had some pent up emotions.
Sure.
Um, and he was like, he loved it. He didn't realize how much he needed it. I think he said he spent like 5 or 6 days. Like he spent a good amount of time with them down there, and he got to really get in touch with his culture. Um, it was a beautiful thing, and just to hear him, I can hear the difference in him when I knew him prior to now. Like he has like this weight lifted off of him because he was
Yeah,
able
man.
to experience his father in a positive way. Because like it's crazy because I guess he has another sibling from different side that I never met, a sister, and she still holds a lot of resentment. Um, now her father wasn't there, and he was like, she didn't realize like he wasn't part of his life either. Like, and he's explaining to her like, yo, we lived in the same projects, and he lived literally like 5 minutes away. You know what I mean? Like, and she was like, wow, really? Like, he was like, yeah, like, but come to find out, he didn't even know. The father didn't even know like that was his son.
Wow.
So we're always quick to, you know, pass judgment or have these feelings, which the feelings is natural to you. And obviously, if you're going through it, then that's just part of life and it's going to be attached to you. But one thing that helped me personally, and it sounded like it helped my brother Mike, who I'm talking about, is letting go, man. And just embracing the moment. Because you just, like you said, you don't know when's the last time you can. Like I said, I talked about it a little bit, I believe, on one of the episodes of going to see my father. And I just told that story again to my brother because, like I said, my brother Adam's in town. So I never really got to like tell him what happened. I spent fucking 5 hours in the car to get 2 dozen eggs. And it sounds crazy, but I that's a memory I'll cherish because that was like a intimate moment, just me and him driving and talking. And I want to say we'll cut it off on this, but I think it's important that we talk about this. And again, I don't always want to stay stuck on the sports. So this,
Yeah, nah.
I'm passionate about this. So we talked about it, right? Like even my father not being around, he taught me the greatest lesson, which was to be around. Um,
Fact.
a lot of there was, not having a father was so normal in my neighborhood. I thought it was
That's
normal.
it. That's the, right,
Um,
right.
so a lot of times I didn't even realize what I was missing because I never knew, I never seen it really till like older. I got older, Ori's dad, good dad, seeing good role models like that. But I will say too, I see a lot of good fathers. I know a lot of good fathers, a lot of friends that are like, uh, I got Butter who you shouted out, Ray,
Yep.
um, my boy Glenn getting full custody. Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. And obviously, when you have both parents in the household, so it's wonderful. But just to see fathers and men step up and take care of their responsibilities and be a positive role model in their child's life is a blessing, man. And I love to see it. It's one of those things that's just, again, I'm passionate about. It inspires me. I love being inspired by seeing other fathers do the right thing or do things that are like, oh shit, that's dope right there. Like I don't have any like little kids, right? But I was on social media and the parents they took like a Power Wheels car and they dressed it up as the dog from Dumb and Dumber. Remember that van?
Yep.
And then they dressed the kid up in like the little tuxedos they had on. I was like, that's fire, man. That's dope. Maybe it's the older age kicking in. I'm getting all sentimental about fatherhood, but I
Nah,
had to
man.
address it.
Nah. I'm glad you did because you know what? Like saying that, like about just fathers, my godfather also is
Mm,
full custody of his son, and that was a battle. But like seeing dads who didn't, I think for me, it's always so incredible to see dads who didn't really have dads be so active in their kids' lives because it's so easy, the saying, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? And that um it's easy to kind of continue a cycle. And so to see dads who didn't necessarily have dads be such great dads, I think is so crazy in my mind because I know that I wouldn't be a great father if I didn't have the role model of having my dad in my life because I could, and my wife says all the time, like, "Oh, look at you being like your dad." I'm like, I'm not even trying to be like my dad. Like, I'm not even like that's no disrespect. Like, I'm trying to be my own person, but but it's just because I got to see somebody do it so often. It's just like I don't. Sometimes I'm not even thinking about what
yeah.
I'm doing. You know what I
So
mean?
like second nature.
Right, or like because you see the sacrifices that they make and you don't even think about doing it. Like, my wife sometimes has to remind me, like, "Why don't you go spend some money on yourself? Why don't you go do this thing for yourself?" But, like, I didn't see my dad do it much growing up, so I'm
Yeah,
like, "Nah, like, you got what you need, my kids got what they need, I'm good, that's what I need." That my
yeah,
wife has what she needs and my kids will have it. So when I see, you and Tone, my godfather, just being so active and being so happy and proud to be dads and like wanting to do all these cool things. I'm like, man, well, I don't have a fucking excuse. I better get my shit together. You know what I mean? So it's also it's motivating, it's
yeah,
humbling, it's
yeah, yeah,
motivating, and um it's it's inspiring, even for me that I had a dad growing up because I can't imagine what it's like trying to be a role model that you didn't have per se,
yeah.
and so it's good shit, man.
No, I appreciate that, and I'll be honest, like not having an example to follow, I made my mistakes, right? But it's all about learning from them and correcting them, so that you are a better person and a better father for your child. So, um, I'll be the first one to say I'm not perfect, but that's what's making me perfect for my daughter because I'm not allowing that to be the excuse, right?
Yeah, and
Um,
listen, I know, I know we got sports to talk about, but I love where this conversation is because you know, because you said as you get older, your daughter is pretty much an adult, right? If you think about it, which is
yeah,
crazy, I'm sure in your mind to think about it, but
hate it.
I know.
I hate it.
My parents said that this has been their favorite part of parenthood. So if that's any
Now,
kind of yeah, if that's any kind of consolation for you,
I think it's probably like seeing all the hard work and sacrifices that you're talking about coming to fruition, and
yeah.
seeing a wonderful human being come about who's now starting their journey like they did. With your two sons, I'm sure that's a blessing, but I'm not ready for that.
I think you could cut out a majority of it and just leave it at my 2 sons, and that might be that brings them so much joy.
Yeah,
It's funny whenever I call them, they're like, "Hi, Emmanuel's dad. Where's Emmanuel at?" You know what I mean? Like they're not even interested in talking to me. But
yeah,
I think now, for me, I'm 28 now, and I get to have kind of more grown up conversations with my parents now, obviously, and I think because we talked about giving people their flowers before they're gone is because you said, you made your mistakes. And for anybody that's listening, if your parents are still alive, like you said, forgive and let go. They only could do what they knew, right? That's all they could do. And if they didn't know any better and they didn't have an example, then like that doesn't absolve the pain and the hurts and shit like that. But just I guess look at it that way. Like if yeah, you were able to succeed because for whatever reason, by the grace of God, really. Um, and they can only do what they know. And if they didn't have anybody to teach them, then kind of what do you expect to happen? Not saying that's an excuse or anything like that, but like you said, what it's done for you being able to reconnect with your dad, um, just you know, give him some grace. I'm sure that them not having a relationship with you, if they're decent human beings, hurts them more than you know. And because they know that they can never make that time up. They
Yeah,
know that they missed all the important milestones in your life and you became this awesome person and they weren't even part of it. And I'm sure that like I said, I'm sure that hurts them more than you'll ever know. And they can't make that up. So, but you have the opportunity to forgive them and then give them an opportunity if they want it and if you want it to share the rest of, the time they have. Um, I'm sure it'll let them have some more peace, but I'm sure it'll be good for you too. So, life is short, man. Life is
yeah,
short. Don't
that's
hold grudges.
that's very well spoken and well put. I can tell it hurts my dad, and he don't talk about it much about uh what he did and like how he left. He does express that you know he knows it was a mistake, but he tries to not dwell on it, right? Because I know it has to eat him up, but he's like, I want to focus on now and our future and just being better for you now. And I can appreciate that. It's like you said, if I dwell on it myself and I hold that resentment, it's not doing anything, but really affecting me in a negative way. I
Yeah.
want to say this, and I know we're talking about fathers, right? But I only had my mom.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to address it. I'm actually gonna talk to my mom because if she don't if I if something was to ever happen, I'd want her to know this. First and foremost, mom, I love you. We had ups and downs in our relationship. Some really good times, some really bad times. There was times where we couldn't stand each other. I would say we weren't. Uh, we just weren't getting along. It was just negative, nasty um, fights and arguments. I didn't understand being kicked out at 17. I didn't understand why. I felt like you hated me. And I want to say that I forgive you, one. And two, I understand now. I understand as a parent myself. And I understand that you wasn't given the tools or the support you needed at a young age to take care of a baby and then raise a man. So I understand it wasn't an easy job. I understand that it was difficult. And I understand that mistakes were made, but I don't hold any resentment towards you. I love you forever for raising me, even through the ups and downs, because at the end of the day, it's made me who I am. Um, and again, I know that, and Matt touched on it, which really is the reason why I'm even talking about it now, is that my mom did not have it easy by any means. In fact, she had the tables turned on her. Um, where even for her to be where she is now is a blessing and a miracle in itself because she was kicked out even younger than 17, and to this day that my grandmother's relationship and how she handles things with her children is different, I'll say. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out to them. I love you, and I know we still go through our ups and downs, but it'll always be love. I'll never hold anything against you. I do say I have to cut it short sometimes with you, but that's just to protect my peace. Because
Hmm.
sometimes you just get to be a little too much for me. But yeah, let me just throw that out there. Let's cheers to that. Now
That's
you
a
gotta take
fact,
another sip.
man. That's a fact. Cheers, my guy. I love that you did that, man. Got me a little emotional, man. Whenever I think about my mom, it's it's always tough because my mom, believe it or not, because you met my mom,
Yeah.
very sweet, kind, loving person. But believe it or not, my mom was the one that would always put belt to ass. Always. It was always
Yeah,
my mom.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so, but um, never, ever, ever, especially now as a parent. Um, And I thank God for this. Did I feel like I was ever corrected or grounded or whatever happened was because there's any kind of ill intent or just a wanting to, but it was really out of love because the shittiest part about being a parent is having to discipline your children. You want your kids to be happy all of the time. All of the time. You want your kids to
Mhm.
be when they're around you, you want them to be smiling and laughing and doing the things that they're passionate about and sharing them with you. And now that I'm a parent and my kids are still young, but I got a 4-year-old and I can kind of tell that whenever I have to discipline him, I'm like, man, I hope he doesn't lose that magic in his eye that dad is this awesome guy
Yeah.
because you do it out of love. You do it because you don't want them to grow up and think the things that they do that are not okay. You don't want them to think they're okay. Because here's the thing. When we said it on the show before, but people that don't believe in disciplining their kids or spanking their kids, your kids are gonna get spanked. Either it's by you or it's by the world. Period. And now the world's gonna spank them regardless, but you can prepare them for that by saying if you do X thing, you can expect X thing to come back to you. And if they don't learn that in the home, they're gonna have to learn that hard lesson when they're out of your home. And then that's what's really gonna make them hate you because you're like, how come you didn't really prepare me for what shit
Yeah.
is?
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's difficult because there's that balance of like, if I discipline my kid, what happens? Because I'm sure you've thought about it after if you had a discipline. No, I know. I mean, we all had to discipline our kids. Where you're like, man, did I take it too far? Was I a little too
Yeah.
harsh? You know what I mean? It's like, did the message even get across?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even like your kids, and she might not ever know that if you had a discipliner, if you went into your room and cried after it. You know what I mean? Like I one time my I did something really bad. I won't get into what I did. But then I went back in because we had a rule. We always had to say goodnight to our parents. Always had to say
Mhm.
no, regardless of what happened. So my mom like dug into me, bro. Bad,
It's like good
bad.
night.
But then like 30 minutes later, I went back, to say goodnight. But I could tell like her eyes were puffy, like her voice was kind of hoarse. She didn't really want to look at me. And I could tell I'm like, yo, I did that. She didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But she did it because she had to, because it
Yeah.
helped me learn the lesson. That shit I wasn't supposed to do, I never did it again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, the love of a parent, and again, like, even if you're older and you feel like, man, they did that shit and it was a little overboard. Nobody's perfect, man. But they're doing it
Nah.
because they don't want you to make the mistake. And I can't speak for all parents, but this is what you can do. Instead of judging, look to justify that. Because, like you said, your parents gave you a shot in this world. They brought you in,
Yeah.
regardless of what it is. Without them,
Yeah.
there is no you. There is no
Yeah.
you. So
So I couldn't help but but chuckle a couple of times because you're talking about disciplining your kids, right? Because you're preparing them for the world, really, like you
that's what
said.
it
Like,
is, man.
and all I kept thinking about was fucking Daniel kicking kicking my seat.
I was
Like,
gonna
yo,
say Daniel, bro.
discipline him, cause you
Handle
fuck.
that.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody that has somebody else discipline them, and it's not gonna be the same. Where
Yo,
like,
bring the voice
mom,
back. Bring the
I
voice
can't, I
back.
can't. I don't even know what transpired that time when I did that. Um, but yeah, no, that's real. That's real conversation, man. I could do this all day. I love talking family and inspirational shit.
Man, family is important, man. You got to be good to your family, no matter who your family is. And just could be like we said yesterday. Just be good to other people. Again, like if you take anything away from it, give people their flowers while they can still smell them. Like put your bitterness aside.
Yeah.
Don't, and again, like Matt's not up here saying he's perfect because I fail every day. I fall short every day. So like don't think like Matt is some kind of hypocrite, perfect guy up there. No. But what I'm saying is today you could start. Today's one day that you start. It could be small. You talk about it all the time, just checking in on people, saying that you're grateful for them. Like you said, you had a streak of doing that. I don't know what happened, and it's funny because I never received one of those text messages. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't trust you in that fucking cop outfit.
uh,
Yo, The lesson of the story is if you want
He's
to
wearing a red hat.
exactly. If you want a detective for a child, just hit him a couple times. End up like Matt.
Hey, you know what? It could be worse.
Nah, it could.
It's better than hookah.
It's better than hookah.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Definitely the best episode I think we ever put out. To be honest with you.
Shout out to Tone. By the way, full circle moment after the intro drop. That's who we were talking about. So Tone, if you listened this far, shout out to you, my guy. That's who we were talking about.
He's an asshole.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Speaking about assholes, let's talk about some football. Josh Allen, he's an asshole.
Oh, wait. Before you know that, because you got the ultimate father kick going on, right? Not only like today, but I peeped what happened, and I'm curious what you did.
What?
So I seen Nona ordered you the Adidas slides and sent you some Run DMC joints because they know how you are. Like they know you, they know you're super old school. So for those who don't know, Nona is Matt's wife. She got him a birthday present and ordered him some Adidas slides. They didn't send him slides. They sent him the Run DMC joints, no laces.
My
crazy.
Adidas.
Yeah. So what did you do with those?
Nona reached out and they were like, just keep them.
Just keep them, yeah. Or is he leaving that part out? See, I knew he was gonna go there. Or
no, that was it.
It said or donate to the people in the tents down in Seattle.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, too bad for them. They won't appreciate it.
That's crazy.
They won't appreciate it.
That's crazy. Yeah, so you ended up keeping them then.
Yeah, I got him. She wants me to wear them on the flight. She's like, "This is what you're wearing on the flight now." I'm like,
and they're white and green, so they represent New London. So
that's the first thing I said when I opened them. I'm like, "Who got me this?" I'm like, you know how disrespectful this shit is. You know how disrespectful this shit is, bro. That's I'm like the NL color is someone gotta be. Where's the camera? Someone got one of them wires on that I had. They're fucking with me.
That shit is funny.
That shit is crazy.
I had to bring that up, and we talk about all the father talk and all that, so I had to bring that up.
I'm about to go.
Josh Allen. You said Josh Allen's an asshole. Okay.
I'm about to go sell out Madison Square Garden 3 nights in a row with them shits on. By the way, shit about to be crazy.
Yo, if we still was doing ringtones, I would definitely put "Walk This Way" as your ringtone for sure.
That is crazy.
100%. I might even bring that back and say fuck it because I don't care what people.
Legend of the game. Anyways, Josh Allen, why is he an asshole? I don't really know if he's an asshole or not, to be completely honest with you. Looks like a nice guy. But the reason I wanted to talk about this game was because, again, Buffalo wins, beats Indianapolis, no big deal. How do you feel about Buffalo's chances to be the number 1 seed in the AFC? You think it's possible?
Yes.
They got the matchup with the Chiefs next week. All right, good.
I think it's possible. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
What happened in Houston?
You tell me what happened in Houston. Injuries.
No, exactly what I told you about Houston. But
what?
So tell me more about. So obviously, you must think they're going to win this head-to-head matchup coming up.
Of course, it's going to be the Chiefs' real challenge in fucking forever. But again, it's very hard to go against the refs.
So is there any, outside of the fact that you just don't like Kansas City, even though you got Kansas City red going on your background, is there anything that, like, is it in Kansas City's next couple games where you think they're going to lose to Buffalo? Because Buffalo would have to beat them, and then Kansas City would have to lose another game. So, and then Buffalo just wouldn't be able to lose.
We talked about. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue the question.
No, that's really it. Because we got Buffalo scheduled here. I mean, it kind of lightens up. Next 3 weeks could be difficult with Chiefs, 49ers, maybe the Rams if they decide to play football. Tackle football doesn't seem to be their forte sometimes. And then Lions, they got a stretch of 4 games. They end the season I shouldn't even say that because sneaky Patriots. The drive for 5 is still alive.
Cut it out. Cut it out. I
So
hated that win, but
I was
it's
gonna
what it
ask
is.
you that in a little bit. So you obviously think they beat Kansas City. If they lose another game, is it still realistic that they get the top seed? Because again, there would still be a game back of Kansas City.
Yes, but it's an uphill battle. I don't think they need the top seed though. Obviously, I think it helps, but I don't think they need it. I really do got the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
You think the Bills are the best team in the AFC, or do you just think they're gonna be the best team in the playoff? Because
I think they're gonna
I
be the
don't,
best team in the playoffs. I think that stretch of games is gonna get them ready. I mean, that's a pretty
it's
tough
a decent
schedule.
stretch. Yeah, last 7 games: Chiefs, Niners, at Rams, at Lions. And then, like I said, divisional game with 2 against the Patriots, who've shown some kind of fight with Drake May. The Jets are kind of like they're just tanking at this point.
Yeah. So
Hopefully,
the Bills will get in. I don't think they'll be the top seed. I think they can get it, but I don't think they will be. Um, and I think that road to the playoffs is really gonna help them when it comes time to those real crucial games.
right? Yeah, I mean, I think Buffalo is a team that they very well might beat the Chiefs. They normally beat the Chiefs in the regular season. It's just playoff time. Josh Allen, a little pumpkinish, except for that one game where
Yeah,
they
I
that
know.
shootout.
I think I called them a pumpkin against Houston, if I'm not mistaken. But
You did.
I don't know. The way football's rigged, I think that they can definitely make it to the Super Bowl.
Now, I just want to briefly touch on the team they beat, which is the Indianapolis Colts. As you can see, comment theirs, they fucking suck. They suck. But at what point do you say we're gonna put Anthony Richardson back in?
Now, at this point, what are you getting out of benching him? Do you think he can win the division? No.
Well, no, because they lost it to the Houston. Like if they didn't lose
That's what I'm
it to the
saying. No.
Houston, doable. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be it's gonna be tough for them.
let him get his fucking turnovers out the way. I don't fucking know what playing Flacco does what for you at this point.
They're only one game out of the 7th seed. They're only one game behind Denver.
Oh, I didn't know they were that close. But so in that case, yeah, sit his ass.
So you just sit them until like if unless you lose, like say next week and the week after, then it's like, hey, might as well play him
I don't
at
know.
that
Depends
point.
how they lose.
So it's
Like
really
for
just
example,
depending on
if
the
you
landscape.
lose if you lose like how Denver just lost to the Chiefs on some bullshit, that's not Flacco's fault. That's not Bo Nix's fault.
No, that's just them not knowing how to block.
Yeah, and the
But,
NFL telling them to lay down.
let's move on because this team is your favorite team. It's the New Age Patriots, which is why I say it again. I don't know why you're so down on them, but
Who?
I don't know why you don't like the Chiefs that bad. Like they're the New Age New England
No,
Patriots.
they're not. They're not even close to the Patriots.
All right, let's not even
Not
do
even.
that.
Not even. Are
Statistically,
you
not even
kidding me?
close. Not even close.
Not even close.
In what manner? In what manner?
In what manner?
In what manner are they not close? I know
20 years.
geographically not close.
20 years.
First 7 years of
20
Patrick Mahomes' careers,
years. 20 years.
3 Super Bowls, same as Tom Brady over that same.
Okay.
So how are they
Their
not
team
close?
is nowhere near as good as our Patriots team.
Best quarterback in the league.
Yep. We
Best
didn't have
defense.
that.
Best
Because
defense
Tom
in the
Brady
league.
was never the best. In all
I
the
never
years,
got it. I never got
in
it.
all the years in Tom Brady's career, there's probably like 3 or 4 years that people were like, all right, he's the best quarterback in the league. That's stupid.
I don't know how Peyton got the edge over him, especially later.
It was Peyton, then it was Aaron Rodgers, then it was
Aaron was crazy.
Patrick Mahomes.
That was towards the end of Brady's career, though. Actually,
He
no,
still
not
wasn't
really.
better. Still wasn't better.
Sure.
He was better than Patrick Mahomes was better than Tom Brady. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes,
And
he was
lost.
better than Tom Brady.
He lost each time.
He didn't play Tom Brady. He played the fucking opposing defense.
Okay.
Tampa Bay's defense was real as fuck. And then when they lost to the Patriots, that was a shootout. So everybody knows Denver is mid. They're just mid as fuck. But I put this quote for you on here for the Chiefs. Can you tell me when they're getting close? Because you sent me that audio clip of Patrick Mahomes talking to somebody saying, "Hey, can you tell me when they're getting close?" Everybody thinks that they were talking about, the defenders getting close to him.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He was.
you know why I put it there though? I put that there. Can you tell me when they're getting close as in the rest of the league? Can you tell me when they're getting close to
He
Kansas City?
did not mean it that way.
No, that's how I mean it. Can you tell me
Oh,
when they're
okay.
getting close? Can you tell me when anybody else is getting close?
You don't think the Lions can beat the Chiefs?
I don't.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Bro. No, they cannot.
You don't
They
think the
cannot.
Lions can beat the Chiefs?
No, I don't think they could beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't beat themselves, clearly.
Oh, I know why this is happening. I remember now.
Tell me why.
As I was scrolling down my social media, I see Nona with a Chiefs shirt on. I was like, oh,
That has nothing to do with it.
he has to go for the Chiefs.
I don't
Otherwise,
have
it's
to go
going
for
to
the
be
Chiefs.
problems at home, which you don't want.
Number
respectfully.
one. No, number one.
And I was like, that makes all the sense in the world.
Number one, you can ask her. I was so against it. So against it.
You were so against it, you took a trip to Kansas.
That was for work.
Okay, Dorothy.
Okay, there we go.
Don't get upset. We're not doing that.
You know, I never watched that movie.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I got the reference.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're intelligent.
Yeah, thanks. That's why this is a great take. No, I don't think any. So, like, do I think the Chiefs are going to lose a game the rest of the regular season?
Do you think the Bills will win next week?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. They always lose to the Bills in the regular season. So, sure.
So you're picking the Bills?
No, I'm not picking the Bills. I'm picking the Chiefs. But I wouldn't
be picking the Bills.
Do I think they're going to lose
I'm picking the Bills.
1 or 2 remaining games?
You're betting money on a parlay, and you have to pick. You're picking the Chiefs.
I'm taking Kansas City. Kansas City's underdog. I'm taking Kansas City plus the points. They're like 2.5. I'm taking it.
For them to be underdogs is wild.
Insane. So,
but I think the Bills put up over 28 points.
Ooh, hot take. That hasn't happened since you know when, the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Hot take.
This guy loves saying that.
It's a crazy fucking stat, bro.
All right.
Stat. Anyways, that was my takeaway from the game. Can you tell me when the rest of the league is getting close? Because it wasn't like the guy missed a kick. It wasn't like they jumped over somebody. They just I think that Denver offense, that lineman was like, yo, nah, I gotta parlay on this. We gotta lose this fucking game.
Yeah,
because he just fell over.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, bro.
Suspect.
All that, whatever it takes. 3 phases of the ball. No. It's called Vegas. It's.
I'm not lying. Vegas is definitely calling from the hotlines. They're definitely
bad,
calling down on the hotlines.
If they're not making it obvious at this point, it's blatant disrespect.
Well, talking about Vegas.
Real quick. You mentioned my red room. So,
he's a Kansas City fan.
Matt thought I was in a strip club when I first put on
Red light district.
For the audience, does this effect bother you? I just want to give some explanation. I personally like to be different. I know that for shows and stuff, they want the bright lights and all that extra shit. I like to be chill, calm, in a dim room. This is my dim room. It's even brighter than what it normally is because I took the thing off. But I have a question for the audience, especially because I've gotten feedback about the lighting. Is the red light good? You can see me. You can see my facial features and stuff. Is the red light good, or do you prefer a bright light like Matt? I'll leave it at that, and then you can ask. I'll leave it like a poll on IG.
What do you think the over/under is? Let's take some bets on it. We need to come up plus 100.
I think. I know we have a lot of Spanish viewers, and I know they put their Christmas trees up early. I feel like this is giving it all festive, like festivity. So I'll take the over that that like the lighting.
Man, the analysis there was on point, bro. he's like,
I'm getting used to this because I gotta fucking sit there and like give details on why we're picking who we're picking.
He's like over the last 10 Christmases.
Yeah.
He's like, the trend of setting up trees is pushed
Oh,
closer and closer to November
yo,
1st.
social media. I see all my friends on social media with trees up. I'm like, damn, that was fast.
He's like, which means 60% of Hispanic households are not setting up their trees before November 4th.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
like,
why
I
I'm
like it.
taking. I'm taking the over.
I like it.
I'm taking
Over
the
under
over.
how
I feel good, man.
over under how many Christmas trees in the house? Over under 1.5. Over under 1.5.
Oh, that's over easy.
Over. All right, maybe. I only
One
put
and
up
a
one.
half?
I only put up one. All my life,
No,
it's
but
always been
I'm
one.
talking about like no, because then they got the like the tree decorations and shit too.
I'm just talking about the number of trees.
Like an actual fucking tree guy.
No, not a whole tree, but because do mini trees. Some people put trees in every
Yeah,
room.
that's what I'm saying. Definitely over one and a half. You crazy? They got them in
over-
bathrooms and stuff.
Bathrooms, Christmas tree is dirty fucking work, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you
I'm washing
visit.
my hands.
What are you doing?
Smelling real melonish. And
What are you doing?
I look over, there's a fucking tree.
What are you doing?
Decorated.
You go there, no toilet paper. What are you doing?
Nah, yo, using a Christmas tree is crazy. What am I doing? That's rough, bro. I'm about to use my flannel. This is
Damn.
cotton me soft. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. What is wrong with you? I'm asking for toilet paper. I'm a grown ass man now. I'm like, yo, you got toilet paper?
Nah, shit's the bathroom.
I don't think I'm shitting in anybody's house, so I don't feel comfortable asking for toilet paper.
What like that's all we got.
Or what? Like the tree? What the fuck? Yo, if you got a Christmas tree decorated in your bathroom and you don't have toilet paper, we gotta discuss priorities.
Yeah, that shit probably cheaper than toilet paper now.
That's one. That's one. Two, I'll fucking cash app you, run to the store, and I'll sit my ass right here until you get back. What am I supposed to do? What are you doing in that situation?
I'm taking a shower.
Yeah, but what if it's in the guest bathroom? There's no shower right there.
Oh, you're fried.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
You're gonna go. It's brick outside. If you go in your car with shitty ass and throw on your heated seats, that is crazy, bro. That's a whole new level of fucking not giving two fucks about life. That's like marinating and heating up your ass with shit in it, bro. How do we bake oven? How did we get to this?
Easy bake oven. Easy bake oven.
They said that Lions player shit his pants. Did you see that?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, there's like a still picture of it. It definitely looked like he shit his pants.
All right. Anyways, over under. Baltimore. I want to talk about Baltimore for a second because obviously Lamar, runaway favorite for MVP at this moment. I mean, I think he has like double the amount of touchdowns through 10 weeks as he did last year, passing touchdowns. He's on a ridiculous pace right now.
There's nobody to challenge him right now.
No one's. It would be if there was a challenge.
Jaden, but they're gonna give him offensive rookie, and he's been getting kind of like Saquon where they'll run the ball in.
But I have this question about Baltimore: do you think Baltimore is a real contender? Because you said they're going to. You think Bill's going to the Super Bowl now? Who do you think they play in the AFC Championship game? Do you think it's a Baltimore? Because
it depends. I got to look at the brackets and how I think they're going to really break down, which I was doing the other day, and then I got sidetracked. But
we got it in the rundown. It's the second to last page.
I don't know.
So the way that works, it would be one has the bye. No, one has the bye because there's 7 seeds now. So Kansas City would be on the bye.
Oh.
Buffalo would get Denver. Pittsburgh would get the Chargers, and then we get a rematch of last year's divisional game, Houston against Baltimore. And then the lowest seed would then play Kansas City. The highest seed would play whoever is the highest seed coming out the round. So we could get a Baltimore Buffalo matchup if things stay how they are as soon as the second round.
So if that's the case, and then the Bills obviously would have to play the Chiefs.
So you obviously said they're winning the Super Bowl. So what?
I didn't say they're winning. I said they're going.
They're going. So what would even though the Ravens beat the shit out of the Bills, what makes you take the Bills over the Ravens at this
Honestly,
honestly?
I've seen something where like a psychic predicted it.
What are we talking about?
Nah, I did see something like that, and it raised suspicion. And then I started asking myself, can they make it? And I think they can. I think that the addition of Amari Cooper is what's going to make the difference. Um, they needed a real X receiver, and they have one in Cooper. Because Cooper, what that does is it opens it up for Shakir again, who's unbelievable, right? That, like I
Yep.
said, that to me is Josh Allen's safety blanket, all underneath routes. It gives Keon Coleman less pressure, being a rookie, being not a real great route runner. It gives him a little bit more carefree football, I want to say, if that makes any sense. I think James Cook is phenomenal. Obviously, Dalton Kincaid is an elite tight end, in my opinion. Probably top 5 in the NFL. And Josh Allen does Josh Allen things. On the positive note, it's very difficult to beat him. The defense, I love that rap kid. He's all over the field.
Yeah,
Um,
playmaker.
and that's just I feel like they have a chance. I feel because football is any given Sunday, really, right? Like
Yeah. Yep.
it takes that one Sunday. Like I mean, realistically, the Broncos should have beat the Chiefs. They really should have. Who would have predicted that? Not many people,
That's true.
but you know, well, there's a field goal away winning that game. You put the Bills in that situation, field goal away from winning, more than likely Bass makes that. But
It's shanking that shit. Choke artist.
yeah, okay. Glad that you bring your positive
Oh, Buffalo.
affirmations to the show.
Buffalo is just always a hard team to tell because we talk about this like they could. There's games where they just look unbeatable, and then there's games where they just look like anybody could beat
Who,
them.
but who hasn't? Who in the NFL looked unbeatable all year? And don't say the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, literally
No, they've had plenty of
unbeatable.
games. They probably have one of the. I don't know the. I know that they have a great amount of games, but they only won by X amount of points.
Yeah, one score. A majority of their
Yeah.
games are that way.
Yes, exactly. So they don't look like they're not beatable. So
Well,
cut that
here's the
out.
thing: Patrick Mahomes has the best winning percentage in one score games in NFL history, more than Brady, more than your guy Brady, actually, which is surprising. I'm just,
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't,
I'm
because
talking
but
about now, bro. Who cares? And
is history
and
is not past history an indicator of what's going to happen in the future? It's not. It's
no,
not an indicator.
no, it's not. It's not. If you say pass, I'll give you the season. I'm not giving you fucking a year ago. It's not even the same team.
Okay, so
What are you talking about?
The Chiefs are 9-0 this year, and they're
Yeah.
undefeated in close games.
Yes. With
Okay,
refs, who's now seeing the most scrutiny ever. You act like it's just me. It's the. You know what's funny? You're acting like it's just me that says this.
it's
When
not
it
just you. Trust me, I
it's
see all the
not.
comments. I see all the stuff. And but the crazy shit is, and they used to do this for New England, so you're very well aware of it.
I
That
hate when you say that.
no, but you're aware of it, right? So like a penalty,
Aware of what?
they're like, oh, look at that hold, look at that hold. It's a blatant hold. They never call out on the Patriots when that shit literally happens like 20 times
I don't
every game. And
remember
they
that.
yo, pull up your group chat history. I'm sure your boys are like, oh, look at that. New England getting bailed out by the refs again. Anyways, here's my concern with Baltimore is their offense is playing at a fantastic level. Their defense sucks. Their defense is terrible. And that's what they're known for is defense. And so when we know Lamar Jackson, again, which is history thing, plays his worst game of the year, typically in the playoffs. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but that just happens. If your defense isn't on point, there's a chance you get knocked out early. There's an absolute chance you get knocked out early. Like you said, any given Sunday, 34 points. 34 points. They got cooked by Baltimore before too. So Do I think the Ravens are real contenders? Yeah, but they got to figure out what's going on with that defense because they've looked bad. They look really bad. Now, flipping to Cincinnati, do you think Cincinnati makes the playoffs? They're currently the 9th
Yeah,
seed,
you're a great,
4 and
great
6.
host.
Thanks. I don't
No,
want
you
to hear
really
any.
are.
I don't want to hear any of your bullshit. That's why I just kept it moving.
I could tell what you did right there. That's
I
why
didn't
I
even
said
want.
you're great.
I didn't even want to ask you the question. To be honest with you,
You're a great host, guy. I'm not. I was being genuine about that.
I don't think you were. Does 9
No, it really
seed
was.
4 and 6 Cincinnati? Do you think they make the playoffs? They play the Chargers, Steelers, Cowboys, Titans, Broncos, Browns, Steelers. They'd have to. So just to
They
make
could
it,
win.
because they're the 9
Yes, they
seed right
can.
now,
They could beat all those teams. They
they'd
can
have
go
to
undefeated the rest of the season.
they'd have to leapfrog Indy. They have the same record, but Indy has a tiebreaker on them, and then they have to leapfrog Denver, who's a game up on them.
So yes, and that will make the fucking playoffs very interesting because Jamar Chase is a bad man.
What we're seeing right here from Jamar Chase. This again, like he's had this whole thing of like the whole contract dispute, and everybody was getting on him like, go and just play, and he started off slow.
He should.
And he just
so next year he has 1 year left, right?
right, yeah. He's in his 3rd year of his rookie deal. Yep.
If I'm him, I wouldn't even take whatever since he offers.
You wouldn't take it?
No, unless he feels like he can't be successful without Joe Burrow.
His skill set is so elite.
Yeah. So the reason, no, because I feel that since he could have got a deal done, they probably would have saved some money, to be quite honest. Because the way he's playing right now, how do you not pay him the most?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I'm him, I'm taking my talents to New England.
That shit would be crazy.
I'm taking my talents to New England.
Why would you go to New England though? Obviously, they need a receiver.
Well, they need a receiver. They're gonna pay. They'll pay him whatever the hell he wants.
They were gonna pay Ayuk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got whatever you want.
Hell
you
yeah,
got the
blank
keys
check
to
blank
the
check.
kingdom. You got the keys to the kingdom, buddy. But I don't know.
If you New England, do you aggressively try to pursue
100%.
trade?
100%.
Even giving away this year's draft pick, depending on where it lands. Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be
even
multiple
even
first
if
rounders.
Travis Hunter was not equate to Jamar Chase.
No, I mean, listen, you can't. You have a bona fide, absolute stud. You remember a couple episodes ago we talked about top wide receiver duos, and I was like, Justin Jefferson and anybody needs to be considered. Jamar Chase is getting to that level where it's like Jamar Chase and anybody needs to be considered as a top tier duo.
I think Jamar Chase is better yards after the catch for sure.
He's just ridiculous, bro. He's ridiculous. In open space, he's crazy. And it's not like sometimes it's blown coverage, right? It happens here and there, but it's just like his ability, his route running is crazy, but his quickness in space, I can't tell how many times defenders just drop because they can't keep up with his shiftiness. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just. But if you're Cincinnati, like what you gotta pay him. You gotta pay him. You have to pay him at this point. So if you're Chase, do you go into this offseason if they don't match? Because now it's going to be more than what Justin Jefferson got. Obviously, it's going to have to be more.
Well, he wanted more anyways, but yeah.
Do you demand a trade? Do you try to and say, "Hey, listen, either you're going to pay me what I want, or I want out of here."
They'll pay him what he wants, I think. But I don't know what their cap looks like. If I'm being biased, obviously a little bit, because I would love to have Jamar Chase, but
it makes sense for New England.
It does. Why not? You was gonna do that for Ayuk. How would you not do that for Jamar Chase?
100%. Not only that, and we'll go to the game now. The Patriots got something in Drake, man.
You do, bro. I told you that though.
Listen, and I have my reservations about him. I'm not a huge fan of the ACC quarterback. Maybe it's a bias because of Daniel Jones being from Duke, and I'm just scarred. But Mitch Trubisky, North Carolina product, but he's just a gamer, man. He's just a gamer. And
Go ahead.
Not good. No, no,
No, go
cause
ahead. It
no, cause
sounds
I
good.
was
It sounds good hearing you talk
no,
about my quarterback
I was
in
gonna
such a
ask
good
you.
light.
I was gonna ask you the question that I propped here, but I'm gonna let you talk about Drake May before I go into that. So the question is, how thrilled are you about the win? But I want you to talk about Drake May first, and
Oh,
then
okay.
go.
Drake May is exactly what I thought I would see this early in his career. Some mistakes, not always making the right decision, but he can actually definitely be a focal point in a dynasty.
Dynasty is a crazy word to throw around.
It's a very crazy word to throw around, but I can throw it around because I've been in a couple of
That's
those.
fair. That's
Um,
fair.
if I didn't already name this dog, I would name him Drake May. I see the light in his eye. I see the dog in him. I see the tenacity. I,
That's crazy.
I see the man's best friend.
Now Drake May eats blue buffalo.
Nah, I don't give him. I give him a damn. What is it? Something really good. Fucking like $90 for half a pound of dog food. Yeah, yeah. Anyways,
Yo, stop.
Drake May.
Buy that whack shit so we got more money for the parlays. What are you doing? Then he'll eat like a king.
He hasn't been eating because I said I usually buy that.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Parlays are not hitting. Look at
How
the
thrilled?
ribs. Hey,
How thrilled are you about this win? Because I know that you
I
like
hate it.
Travis
I hate
Hunter.
it. I hate it, and it's the same reason why I hate it when you guys, the Giants, when you guys beat the Seahawks. I hated it. What are you guys? What are you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
All you're doing,
If you,
only thing you're doing is exposing the team that you beat. Right? Like these guys are
yeah,
frauds. Like Seattle frauds. Right?
yeah. I'm just being honest. Like I want the top. It felt great having a top 3 pick this year. I had something to look forward to. That was what I had to look forward to see where we're gonna go in the future.
So now then, if you're New England and say you slide to like a 5 or 4 or 5, I'm not sure exactly where they are right now. Then do you get aggressive in trying to move out of that spot? Because I'm with you.
Aggressive.
Like and to try to get some kind of veteran receiver help. Because I said the same thing. I wouldn't want to draft a young receiver because they already drafted one, right? Jalen Polk, who
Yeah,
scored his first
Polk
touchdown.
and Baker.
Eh, yep. But I would really love to see them get an established veteran receiver to lead that
Me
room.
too. They need one. Even with rookies even with a Travis Hunter in there, it would
You
be
need
great
one.
to have a veteran rookie. That's why you know who I liked in the locker room?
Antonio Brown.
No. That was a good one. KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne, a vet. He
I
was
I, I really did. I
nice in
thought he was
Minnesota.
I thought he was a solid wide receiver. Obviously not like elite level, but a good wide receiver, played in the league, and he put up numbers. Imagine this, right? What's the best outcome for us? Hey, we're not doing that. What's the best outcome for us? We get Travis Hunter, and somehow we make a move for a veteran receiver. No, dude, no, we're not doing that. Sorry. Um, Jamar Chase would be lovely. Probably not going to happen. I
T.
forgot what
Higgins?
other T. Higgins is out there. I like T. Higgins. I'm not a huge fan because he can't stay on the field, which is the most important thing. What else? So there's another receiver I seen out. It was like Brandon Cooks. I don't want Brandon Cooks
Brandon
back.
Cooks.
There was
Say
I think T. Higgins was the
2017?
next. I think T. Higgins was the next best one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, T.
I don't want.
Higgins is the
I
one.
personally don't want a T. Higgins.
I get what you're saying about the injury stuff. Yeah, you need somebody that's gonna be dependable.
When he plays, he's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, he's nasty.
I won't question his talent, just his availability. If we could get an offensive lineman like a Joe Alt, I'll take that all day and just work around the receivers, try and get a trade. I think they was trying to trade Cooper Kupp, right? They were talking about trading Cooper Kupp. Bring a
Yep.
Cooper Kupp to New England.
Cooper Cup also has issues staying healthy.
Not as bad as T. Higgins, bro.
Yeah, not as fast as T. Higgins though. So
And T. Higgins never had a Cooper Kupp season. In
that's
fact,
fact.
nobody has.
So my question to you now is, um, should we always take the Drake May over for rushing?
Yeah.
Because this guy
He
likes to scramble.
he scrambles. I told you that. I told you that. When I looked into it, right, when I was going into the draft, I'm like, this guy fucking runs more than Caleb.
Hell yeah. Caleb's not really a runner, man.
I know. He runs more than Caleb. He don't run as much as Jaden, but I think Jaden has just different breakaway speed and stuff too.
Hell
But
yeah.
what I like about the runs is it's those runs that you, let's just say it's 3rd and 8, and the play breaks down. I have confidence my quarterback will go get it. I like the tenacity I see he plays with. It's again still
Plays with
young in his
fire.
career.
No, he
Plays
plays
with
with
fire.
fire.
Reminds me of like the Baker Mayfield we was talking about.
That stiff arm
So that was
throws on 4th down was fucking crazy, bro.
that was crazy, bro. Nick
They shouldn't have
Bosa.
lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game, man. Your boy Todd Bowles strikes again.
I can't. I don't know how he has a job, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's bad. It's bad. So the good news for the Patriots moving forward, though, is that there's not really an easy win on their schedule. Rams, Dolphins, Colts, Cardinals, Bills, Chargers, Bills. So the good news for the Patriots is that they would be probably the underdog going into each of those games. Not saying they can't win it, but 3 wins might be where they stay. Moving to the number 2 overall pick, Pittsburgh beating the Commanders 28-27. My biggest takeaway from this game, this might be the shocker of the season, Pittsburgh being 7-2 through 10 weeks. And so they still have all of their divisional games to play as well. In fact, their next 4 games are divisional games. Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns. And then their non-division games are the Eagles and the Chiefs. And so I don't think they're going to stay in first place in the AFC North. But do you think this Pittsburgh team with Russell Wilson makes noise in the AFC playoffs? Or do you think they're kind of just a one round and out?
Do I think they make noise? I think they could be spooky. I'll tell you why. I think with Russell Wilson, you can't count him out just yet. I love the way he can throw the football down the field. They also have a defense that can carry them,
Crazy.
and it's very fucking spooky. And as we know, and as they say, defense wins championships. You talked about it earlier. You mentioned the Ravens. You said they're known for their defense. As if they don't have a chance unless their defense performs, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie. A Steelers versus Ravens game would be very spooky.
For
The Ravens.
I agree.
You got a tough defense. A very tough defense. And you start making them question and you make Lamar have to throw. Because ultimately, right, as good as Lamar has been, you really want him to throw the ball. You don't want him running all over you. And you don't want Derrick Henry running all over you.
Now, to the Washington side, this might have been statistically one of Jaden Daniels' worst performances that we've seen this year. 50%
it cost me
completion
in almost every fantasy league.
But so to lose to Pittsburgh by 1, that's scary for the NFL.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway.
Yeah.
Like he didn't he played below average to his standard. And they played a defense like that. Yeah, barely lost.
Yeah.
Barely lost. And I get what you're saying. He played well enough to win.
Yeah. There's 2 things I want to mention real quick before we move on. One is you mentioned the Steelers making that odd call of the fake punt. Why do teams do that?
Why do teams catch
Think
the ball by
about
surprise?
why teams really do shit like that. By surprise, but they also feel threatened.
Keep the offense off the field.
They feel threatened by what's on the other side of giving that ball away. So there's that, right? It happened with the Patriots a lot where people would do dumb shit out of the ordinary.
Chasing points.
Yeah. So you have that. And then you have, I want to know how many drop passes the Commanders had that game.
A shit ton. I don't have the exact number, but it felt
I
like
know it's over 3.
I felt like there was a drop like every drive, bro.
Yeah. So not only is Jaden not playing up to his full potential as we just talked about, but his supporting cast isn't helping him either. So it was like that. Almost everything could go wrong, and they still barely lost to a 7-2 football team.
Commanders' first loss at home this year. They were 4-0 at home, and then because of this loss, they lose the 1 seed in the NFC East to Philly, who destroyed Dallas. But they're at Philly this week. The Thursday night game. It's a Thursday night game. Win that game, back in first.
I got this Philly Eagles hat on. Shout out to the brand that makes it. I'll wait till the sponsorship. I need Saquon to give me money, but I'm telling you right now. Jaden could go from 3 to 5. When we take a parlay, I'm putting 3 touchdowns total, at least.
He's
I told
cooking.
you, he's made for the bright lights, bro. You're coming off a bad loss, which to them is a bad loss. You're at home, like you said. You lost to Division 2, the team you're about to play. He's gonna go.
He's gonna go crazy. I like that it's a short week for them too. I like it's a short week for them.
Me too. Get back in there, get the job done, get
At
your
Philly
rest
too.
after.
They're gonna be feeling good. Now I will say this about Philly. Their 2 rookie corners have been playing really good, and that was like the biggest concern. But I agree with you. I like where Washington is. Perfect position. Philly coming off a big win. You're coming off a game you probably should have won at home, and you get a quick turnaround to kind of just get that bad taste out your mouth and put yourself back up. This was probably the most frustrating game of the week. Detroit at Houston. So we had what? Was it like a 14, 15 leg parlay? We missed it by 2 legs. And it was like some easy shit too. It was Joe Mixon, 50 rushing yards, missed it by 4. And who was the other? Was it David Montgomery?
No, it was Dell.
Dell, bro. That's right, Tank Dell. 5 for 39. Now, shout out to John Mechie, by the way. Cancer survivor, scores his first touchdown in the NFL. Awesome story.
I didn't know he was a cancer survivor.
Yeah, his rookie year, he got diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I do.
Great prospect coming out of Alabama. And so good for, awesome to see that happen. But we all know what the crazy shit about this game is that Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
And the Lions rattled off, what was it? Was it 19? I think it was 19 unanswered points, wasn't it? To win the game. I mean,
I don't remember the total.
You got Detroit, so I'll let you take the Detroit angle. The only thing I feel about that is fucking spooky. Like we talk about Jaden not playing his best game and almost beating Pittsburgh is scary for the NFL. Jared Goff throwing 5 picks in Houston and still winning, and Detroit still winning, is fucking spooky. And they didn't have Zadarius Smith that didn't play.
I think you're right about everything you said. It's for a team to have, I think the last time that's happened was 2012 against the Cardinals, and I forgot who it was. Might have been Kurt Warner. But anyways, that's tough because it's not like the Texans. Texans was predicted to go to the Super Bowl in a lot of circles. I think that it's meaningful, but it doesn't say everything. I think that what it does is it gives the Lions that mentality, like no matter how down we are, we're not out. Honestly, and to have that mentality already kind of established it with the coach and Campbell, and then have it come to fruition was, I think, the NFC is spooky. And I already told you I think the Lions is going to go to the Super Bowl, so
you did say that.
Just stamps the fact that
win the Super Bowl. You said even.
Yeah.
This was a Super Bowl matchup, actually.
Yeah, and look what happened.
Wow, this guy's fortune teller.
Wow, you almost slipped up.
Yeah, I did.
Almost did.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Fortune cookie. Why you gotta be like that? Yo, was it on air when you was like, third of the family is Asian.
Nah,
Oh, it wasn't that
nah,
you said that?
nah. I think I might cut this part out. No, I'm not gonna cut it out. He's talking about dumplings. All right, I'll leave it at that. That sounds even worse. Whatever. I'm just gonna just keep it rolling. Um, so I want to talk Houston because I've been saying shit about Houston that where it's like they were at the time. I think what were they 6-1, 6-2? Even before that, I'm like, man, they're just even though they're winning, it just looks weird. It doesn't feel great. And so you think if someone comes in and you got him on Sunday Night Football, you have CJ Stroud. If someone throws 5 interceptions, I understand there's no Stephon Diggs and there's no Nico Collins. But someone literally gives you 5 extra possessions. You think you'd come away with it, especially when you're up 23-7, that you'd be able to finish the game at home. You come out second half just absolutely flat. It's crazy. Dan Campbell's doing that interview. He's like, "Hey, we need to take we need to take away." CJ throws that pick right away. And I think Jared Goff ended up turning it right back over that next drive
He
anyways.
did. He did.
And so, but for Joe Mixon, 25 for 46 is ridiculous. And
I told you that though. I
you
told
did
you
say
that.
that. That's why you took 50. That's why you took 50 yards, bro. And the fact he couldn't even hit 50, he couldn't average 2 yards a carry is insane, bro.
Yeah, I told
Insane.
you that. I told you. I said, "You sure the Lions defense is tough?" Because I think you shot him for like 80 or something. And it's funny because
Yep.
that's one of the things I remember from the top phone call was was saying that the Lions defense is tough. Are you sure?
The tap phone call is crazy.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's crazy.
every time I'm not answering the shit yet, all through text now. Not even that shit's
It tells
recorded
you.
too.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't even know how we're gonna communicate anymore. I'm gonna have to like Morse
Yeah,
code or
yeah.
some shit.
But yeah. Damn, yo, we almost hit an 18-leg parlay, bro.
I was 18, bro.
We missed by 3.
They fucking they
3
sold,
legs,
bro.
but it was it was 2 people. 3 legs, 2 people. It was Tank Dell receptions and Tank Dell yards. And it was Joe Mixon for 4 yards or whatever it was.
It did look crazy, but sometimes the Rams are another team, bro, that make me fucking sick. Winnable game right in front of you, bro. Winnable fucking game. And just shit just looks so I don't even want to talk about it, bro. It's so frustrating, man. You needed that win. You needed that win. San Francisco won. Arizona won. You needed to keep pace. And so to drop that game at home was disappointing. I don't even want to talk about it. So to wrap up the show, let's look at next week's matchups, and we'll go ahead and go through it and pick. So Thursday night football, Washington at Philly. I know who you like. I also like Washington. Philly's favored by 3.5, but for the reasons that we kind of talked about not too long ago, I think Washington. I like to play. Green Bay at Chicago.
Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay coming off a bye week, right?
Green Bay coming off a bye, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay.
I like Chicago actually. This game, they're really good at home. They lost to the Patriots last week. Bounce back game. I don't at home. Bounce back game, and believe it or not, Jordan Love more reckless with the football than Drake May.
I like that.
Jacksonville at Detroit. I mean, we already know what it is. Detroit. Yo, the line right now is Detroit's favored by 13 points. I don't think I've ever seen a spread like that in football, bro. In NFL football. That's like a college fucking spread, bro.
We have, but not for the Lions.
That's a
It'd be
fact.
against you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
the opposite way around.
Being favored by 13 is you almost how do you bet that? I would steer clear of it almost. If you're betting that game, like
Who's that? Jacksonville?
Jackson, dude,
Is Trevor
13?
Lawrence back?
Oh, that's a
Mac
good
Jones
point.
playing.
McCorkle Jones.
He's trash, bro.
He's bad. Those helmets
He's
were fire,
trash.
though. Minnesota at Tennessee. Yes, Minnesota. They need to win.
They just won, but they should still win.
They need to keep pace. What I'm saying, man. Las Vegas at Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Rams at the Patriots. I'm taking the Rams, obviously, and for your sake, I hope the Rams win. But
Yeah, I have to choose the Rams.
Cleveland at New Orleans, I don't fucking know. Jameis revenge game? Jameis revenge game?
Fucking Marquez Valdez Scanlon look like fucking Michael
Yeah.
Thomas out
Yeah,
there, bro.
yeah.
It's 3 targets, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for the 100 and something yards.
That's like that Randy Moss shit on Thanksgiving, bro.
Exactly. With that being said,
give
I
me
just convinced
Cleveland.
myself to take Cleveland. Yeah.
Give me Cleveland. The Colts at the Jets.
Flacco
Revenge game?
revenge game, battle of the oldies.
Oh, fuck it. I
Curtis
don't
Blow
even
versus
know.
Run DMC.
McAfee?
Jets
Colts.
got a better team overall. I gotta go Jets.
Nah, bro. They just find ways to lose.
They just won.
Well, they did. They got to smack this shit up, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about the game where Devontae Adams scored and killed me in fantasy.
They got smacked up by the
Who
Cardinals.
they play?
The Cardinals.
That's right. I sat fucking Murray and fucking Marvin Harrison in one league.
Nice. Baltimore. That fucking sucks. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Baltimore.
I like Pittsburgh. At home?
I do too. Them terrible towels gonna be waving. Give me the Steelers. I just talked about them.
Atlanta at Denver.
Good game. Let me give it the Falcons.
Who gonna have a good game after selling against the Saints? Kicking in the dome?
He's kicking in thin air.
I like Atlanta too. Denver's a bunch of frauds. Seattle at San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Francisco's right to lose this fucking game, though. But I'll take San Francisco. Kansas City at Buffalo. We already know each of us is taking. I ain't taking Buffalo. I'm gonna take Kansas City. They gotta lose eventually, but I'm gonna keep picking them.
Don't do that. You're doing that skip shit.
No,
you're doing that skip shit.
I don't think anybody.
So if they lose, you're like, oh, I told you they had to lose eventually. No, we're not doing that.
No.
Pick who you think is gonna win.
Kansas City. I think they're gonna.
That's it. So if they lose,
I like them in every game they play, but I don't think they're as good as the 07 Patriots. They're gonna win every single game. Plus, you got to lose before you win the Super Bowl. So ideally, you do that before the Super Bowl or before the playoffs. Cincinnati at the Chargers. I like Cincinnati. That's a good Sunday night. I don't know. Actually, the Chargers are boring as fuck, bro. Boring as shit.
Yo,
bro.
Ladd McConkey, I seen him running on one play. I'm like, who runs like that? he looked like a. Never mind.
He be cooking, bro. He be cooking.
He's nice. I thought that's who the Chiefs was gonna take.
That would have been crazy, bro.
I thought that's who the Chiefs were gonna take.
Nah, I thought they were gonna take Worthy because they've been missing that speed ever since Tyreek left.
And then that's who I wanted. Ladd McConkey is who I wanted.
For the Patriots?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Pure route runner.
Because he's white. Monday night, the game of the week, Houston at the Cowboys.
Oh my goodness. They gotta flex that game.
They can't flex it, it's too late. They already flexed one game this week. Jets Colts was supposed to be Sunday night. And they made it Cincinnati, Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm taking Texans.
The Cooper Rush season? Nah, I don't know. Houston.
Rush good. Cooper Rush for 13 yards rushing?
I need CD, bro. Like his value, I got him in Dynasty. I'm like, can I even play the fucking guy?
Yeah. He's not. You have to.
Bro, he threw for 45 yards.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
45 yards, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fantastic show. I love how we started it off, man. Like, it's always great to talk about things outside of sports. I know people enjoy it. I enjoy talking about it, because it's great. Because it's like, you can really never be wrong. You know what I mean?
It's like personal opinions,
right? Like, especially when we
personal
talk about
stories.
We're like, you should love your parents. Like, who's gonna argue with that?
There's a lot of people that could argue with that. Actually,
you know how easily we come out ungrateful you can make them sound, though. Be like, right, yep. So now you hate the people that brought you into the world.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. No problem. You're like, oh, but they abandoned me.
I was about to say, they dropped me off at someone's doorstep
You know what? They
where I
probably did.
was abused growing up for the rest of my life.
Well, based on your attitude, they did the right thing. They did themselves a favor. How about that? Appreciate y'all tuning in to the show. As always, please like, subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Leave a comment, helps the podcast grow. Think critically, speak infamously.
What